Ah, level 10. Waspinator's evolving, and of course it would happen before I find the Pokemon I'm looking for in here. It's evolving into... an actual Waspinator, I mean Beedrill. Ah, here we go. Oh, jeez. This isn't going to work out. Okay, music, stop doing weird things. Sound driver. Okay. Leech Seed. Why? Because I'm going to do this the slow and simple way. I'm going to growl it until I've leached enough health away from it. It's going to do barely any damage to me, and I'll be getting my... oh, gee, thanks, critical hit. I'll be able to get my health back immediately, and slowly but surely take it down. Kind of a pinpoint accuracy sort of thing. Anyways, as to why I want a Caterpie, because at the moment, there's a good chance that if I can get it to level 12 somehow, which is going to be taking some doing, it will have the move Confusion as a Butterfree. And, well, it would be really nice to, you know, have that for the next gym. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. I'm just kind of wasting my growl move, just so I can make sure I get its health down where I want it. And it's using String Shot. That's great. Going to let it go one more turn. Because fortunately, Leech Seed cannot critical hit. So it's always going to do a constant. And now we will use a Pokeball. Now I had the hardest time coming up with a nickname for a Butterfree. Until I remembered something. I remembered a certain summon in Chrono Cross, which looks kind of like a butterfly. Thus is the nickname going to come from. Sonia. Okay, there you go, there's that. Got it down to 2, huh? Yeah. So I will be training that momentarily. I'm going to want to put Shallots out front now, just in case the other one shows up. I'm going to see if I can't find it. And it's a very low percentage, and I'm sure I'll have what it is in the video description, like in the others. Part of me is afraid that this hasn't been recording all this time, though. I'm quite sure it has been because of the sound thing going on. But hang on a second. Okay, just making sure. Alright. One more moment. It's really funny how it's doing the, video files there. Ah, there we go! Found you! Now, I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing, because that's a level 3 Pikachu. Now, I don't want this for my end team, I don't think. Actually, what I want it for is later, a gym or two. But see, the fortunate thing here is that Thundershock does very little damage. It's ineffective. Electric attacks are ineffective against grass types, which is why Shallots is out front right now. We couldn't do things like this if I had picked Squirtle. We couldn't, well, it wouldn't be as effective if I had picked Charmander. But because I've got Shallots here, I can do it like this. Take very little damage, and just like with the Caterpie, fortunately this is like the exact next battle, so I will be doing some training afterward. Yeah, it's using Growl on me, and I don't care. I'm using Growl on it, and it won't really matter. Yeah, my Fraps is doing something weird with the video files. Usually the video files are a static 3.9 gigabytes right from the beginning, but instead it's kinda lower than that. It's like it's limiting itself for some reason. And yet I just did some Windows updates the other night. Well, last night for that matter. And finally got Service Pack 2 of Vista after it had failed to download for like, a year. For some reason, through Windows Update, the Windows Update program itself, it wasn't working, but I downloaded it manually and installed it, and now we're fine. And it somehow freed up 60 gigabytes of space. I'm not quite sure where it came from. There's, I have seen, or I should say I've read, not Pokemon, item, Pokeball. I have read, from someone who told me that it might be the failed installs, all the downloads from those, that was taking up all that space, and that's a possibility. Either way, I have 60 gigabytes of space now, which is going to help with any additional recordings. Okay, now, the nickname I thought up for this is, and one of the, I would imagine, more obvious ones would be Voltage, but I don't want to go obvious here. See, it's not the voltage that'll kill you. It's the amps. So, I now have a Pikachu and a Caterpie. I'm not going to be training the Pikachu right now. Although here's its stats, it's obviously pretty quick. It'll eventually have a pretty good special stat. Actually, I should say its attack should be higher than its special eventually, because I think it has higher, the base attack is higher than the base special, even as a Raichu. It's going to grow at the same rate as Caterpie. You can tell because of the, having 27 experience at level 3, needing 37 for level 4, it's the same thing here. 27 needing 37. So, let us go north. Anyways, I was saying, let us go north. A funny thing is that I told you guys, well, I don't think I told you guys, but Poison is super effective against grass. But of course, Bulbasaur is grass poison type, so therefore Poison isn't effective against itself. And so, therefore, it is, what's the word I'm looking for? It is, it makes it normal effective against Bulbasaur's Poison Sting is. But, I mean, it's not, it said it's not very effective when I was hit by Poison Sting, which is just kind of funny. Yes, they learn new techniques as they grow, and you're talking about TMs. If I had something, a move to put a Pokemon to sleep, to paralyze it, even to poison it for that matter. Poisoning and paralyzing, I believe, have the same additive benefits to, in order to gain experience. I think there's an item in here. There might be. Daggone it, don't check the sign. There might be a sign in here, or a sign. Oh, whatever. There might be an item here. I don't really know. Let's talk to this guy. Actually, I didn't mean to say that. Let's say no. Spraying repel to keep Pokemon. Yes. Whatever.